Hey, I'm learning a lot about y'all. I didn't know Ronnie started the team. Hey, Ronnie started the whole team. I didn't even know.
We're the big team.
Yeah. Big team.
We always do it. So
Yeah, we about to do a show, like a live taping at the Legion Theater. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild. 2 shows back to back. I don't think they're ready for this. We about to go crazy.
We've been together almost 10 years. You know, there's a lot of team unity.
Definitely not true. We've definitely been together 10 years.
More than 10.
Yeah, more than 10 years. But
How y'all feeling tonight?
Sounds cheesy as hell, but I knew it was a forever thing. No, we maintained a ton of contact over the pandemic. I knew it already, but like that definitely.
To be fair, we've been friends for 7 years.
I don't know, man. If we don't make it out this pandemic, I ain't never talking to these cats.
I don't want to take credit, but I will say the sort of first initial linchpin was me.
I met him because it was like the other black dude there, and it was kind of like, I'm gonna watch this dude. It's like, and then he was funny, and we started talking, and he messaged me.
This is all camera stuff right here. He never called me funny ever. This is all camera stuff. He never gave me no props.
What?
That's crazy.
I knew he was gonna be a star.
Yeah, I was like at the gym with Ryan, and he was like, they're starting an all-black team, you should join.
It feels like that dog that shows up on your front steps and you're like, well, I guess we adopted him now.
Right.
And he's there forever.
It was like, hi everyone. Like it was like, nobody said anything. And then it was just in the group where it was like,
I should do that. Why am I doing the fake voice you did?
that's the voice you would use. You used to be, if y'all remember Coke bottle glasses iffy. But hey, I would love yeah, got any cheese? It was like, all right.
We used to call Envy Urkel because he was Hulk Urkel.
Yeah.
Give me doing push-ups before every show. 1, 2, 3. I think the first improv show I saw was, it wasn't even improv, it was like a sketch show at UCB. You know, sometimes when you're an artist, you look at stuff, you're just like, I have to do this. Like, I just want to do this. And I think like a few weeks later, ended up signing up. And then I just never stopped. Like, I love it, yeah.
I started in high school. I was from like the big fish. I was like, oh, I'm the improv guy. Like in my head, hey, if you cared about improv, you knew who I was. And I listened to WTF with Donald Glover, and he was listed on the black improvisers in LA. And when I didn't hear my name, I was like, that's why I gotta go to LA. Eventually, like, left my full-time job at the time, all that because I was like, oh, I found my purpose, is to be goofy.
And you know what's crazy? I bet right now, if Donald Glover listed all the black improvisers in LA, he still wouldn't list this name.
So I've been doing this one here.
If you're back to, you can do face pulls. You turn it and bring it to your face.
That's right.
That's just ripping.
I'm sure. Look at that bad. All I see is stretch marks. All these men with no mask talking smack.
Got that growth checked out? Yeah, these get that checked out.
Which one?
There's like a little growth right here.
Gotta talk it.
Hold on.
Most teams don't stay together. That's over 10 years ago. And now we still together.
And I think it was that like common bond of like, yeah, this is fun playing with other black people. So let's keep doing it as much as we can.
I think beyond that though, I think we developed a genuine friendship.
Yeah.
Like we done laughed together, we done fought with each other, we done gone through everything you can imagine as a group, and then
Carl was at the birth of my daughter.
yeah. So sit back, ish. Camera's on me. I went to college to play basketball, and I was on the team. Played is a strong word, but I was there.
You were attending
I had
basketball.
a jersey. Attending basketball. For the young people out there who have hoop dreams, you can get fired from your college basketball. So you know, your scholarship does not guarantee you anything. They can say, "We're not giving you no more money next year."
It's like a whole shot of you talking to this thing. All right.
One thing that was always kind of consistent in my life was that since I was a really little kid, people said that I made them laugh. So I was like, well, why not try it? So I started doing stand-up, and I hated it. And I was like, I think I can't believe this thing that I've loved my whole life, because I always secretly wanted to do it, and that's kind of why I was performing it, but I didn't want to tell anybody. My goal was to be the most hilarious guy in the UPS break room. Like, just everybody loves that dude, man. Hey, you gotta meet this guy. Come on, he's hilarious. As opposed, I did work in UPS. One of the older comedians watched me on stage and he goes, "You write these jokes and then you completely abandon them. Do you do improv?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I didn't know that was a thing that people did. I thought everybody who was on SNL was a stand-up comedian who just..."
Yeah, I thought that too, yeah.
And I started Googling. My Wikipedia was hot. So I started looking up everybody was like, where Will Ferrell come from? Where did this person come from? Where did all these, how did they get on SNL? And I kept seeing Second City groundings. I went to the Second City website. Classes were like $200 cheaper. And they offered a diversity scholarship. And so I was like, well, let's go there. Day one, fell in love with it. And I've been doing it since then.
You guys know what we're gonna do. We're gonna like have a camera in front of you as you walk out.
Yeah, he told us. Yeah, it's
Great.
gonna be this coming from this way.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and this next set, more accents.
Yeah, we really been happy with that. There's stuff that we were doing that I was like, we don't be doing this.
Then it felt like it's so funny. Like, oh, we on TV. Oh, y'all want to show up? Let me do my iced tea impression.
Let me do something about the worst accent you've ever heard.
So what do you mean you want to get paid for what you do here?
It's so funny. I was just telling them that we was in a green room the other day at UCB, and it was just two completely different sets of all black performers. Watching it like, damn, it was not like that. And we all met at UCB, the theater. So when I met Zeke, I seen him around, but it was like, it's like when you're in school, you see another black person, or you go to Disneyland, and you see another black family, and you're like, there's that other black family, and you just like want to know who they are. That's what that felt like when I saw you.
Dropped that like that was like a shared experience. And I'm not being with you. I've never
You never felt that?
I
feel like whenever I go to a theme park and I see another black family, like where I'm always like, well, making sure they're okay.
It's like if race war started tonight, we know where.
And this is the content Dropout wanted, right?
The only other note is fire iffy, and I think we're good.
Perfect. We're good.
He'll
fire himself.
Yeah, I'm out. See you.
Like we all were like the one black performer on all our white improv teams. Yeah. So it was like a feeling of like, should we just do this together? And yeah, the rest is history.
Let's dive back in.
Go ahead, Ed. Let them know. Let them know, Big Ed. Let them know.
We all started Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying?
It's jury duty right here.
Yeah, I mean, let them know.
It's jury duty.
Spirit Award winning.
Independent Spirit Award winning. Fresh off the Independent Spirit Award.
Well, I actually took improv in college. I did comedy sports, but it was literally just to like have another elective where I got an easy grade. I didn't really think anything of it, but I knew I liked comedy. I had a marketing job, and then I was just bored. Like I would go to work, and I would go home. I'd go to work and I'd go home. I didn't really have a social life outside of that. And kind of like Carl, I was just like, oh shit, like what's up with Will Ferrell? So I just started I went literally Wikipedia like his whole background. So I was kind of reverse engineering a lot of stuff. I watched a lot of TV at that time, like Community, and just a lot of comedians that I enjoyed watching on TV. And I would just Wikipedia them, and their whole common denominator was like they all did improv.
Like Wikipedia is the common thread.
Yeah, Wikipedia is the common thread. So don't put that in a thing.
I was a track athlete, and just the comedy itch kind of got me. And then I moved out to LA sort of thinking that I liked that better than anything I'd done in college. And and I continue doing it to this day. Can't let it go.
Carl, what's your biggest fear?
Mine?
Yeah, your biggest fear.
Snakes and roller coasters. I will not get on a roller coaster before a shoot. I'm not.
Wait, so you don't get on roller coasters ever?
Ever in my life.
Have you been on one ever?
No. You never been on that?
So like, no knots? Or when you would go to knots at Six Flags?
Walk around eating funnel cake.
I wanted something to do because at the time I feel like I was wasting my life. Basically, I moved here and I was doing music, and then I sort of got to the point where I realized that music was more of a hobby. And I was like, well, what can I do that could probably afford me a better future? And I was like, well, I feel like I've always been funny, so maybe I can sort of get back into comedy.
I love that your story also was like, yeah, I had to grow up. I realized that music was not a sustainable dream. I'm gonna go do improv.
For me, like this, it's just really simple because it's like you're playing with guys that you like to hang out with.
Yeah, I think that support system, you know, you stand up in other places, you don't feel that same kind of support, and it don't feel like, well, I gotta make it, and fuck all that. It's like, no, I need my whole crew with me, and it almost feels like, in a way, like because I used to do music too, and it feels like that dream I had of having a rap crew, I kind of got to live it out with these guys, because it felt like we felt like a crew. Like we come in like, yo, ain't nobody fucking with us.
Yeah, an equally hard medium.
Off the top, to be the hardest.
Yeah. Like all y'all improv nerds, you know, I got my mob right here.